Hey, everybody, Conversations on a Bench. We are out here. We are talking about homelessness, how it affects our community. We've got businesses, government officials, all kinds of people coming out to share their opinions, their ideas, and just to ask those questions like, what do we do together? So, right now we have Julie Ruger. Did I say that
Krueger.
right?
Yep.
Krueger, Ruger. Yes, yes. Julie.
Hi.
She is here from HealthFirst, Holmes Regional Medical.
Yep.
And why don't we'll start off with you just introducing yourself and how long you've been in the community.
My name is Julie Krueger. I am the Director of Case Management at Holmes Regional Medical Center. I have been in this community since 1979, so a very long time. I've been in case management since 2009 with HealthFirst. So I've spent a lot of times between here and Palm Bay Hospital
Okay.
helping out.
You've seen a lot.
I have.
You've
Yes.
seen a lot, and what a great resource for us. One thing that I'm just going to jump right into it, I'm going to ask questions. One thing that we see with the homeless population is unnecessary visits to the ER and not being educated on the resources that are available. And that comes with a cost to
It does.
taxpayers.
It
Do you
does.
want to talk a little bit about that?
It does. When they can't provide some of their own basic needs and shelter, it really takes a toll on their health. And they don't know where to go. They don't know what's available out there to know where they can maybe get primary care, like normally. So when they come into the hospital, that is one of the things that we like to do is provide them resources, get them established with one of our local partners, Brevard Health Alliance, and get them established with a primary doctor so that they can go and get regular follow-up appointments and keep on top of their health issues and get their medications and everything that can just help them be healthy.
Right, absolutely. Because that is one of the first things, if somebody is homeless, they're not thinking about going in for immunizations for their children. There's a lot of things, there's just survival.
Yes.
And so, over the years, what have you seen as far as, changes in homelessness? What kinds of, I don't even know. Sometimes I just don't even know what to say. You see a lot of things. You see a lot of things in your role.
Yes, we're actually seeing it more increased.
Okay.
And the biggest thing and what's kind of very hurtful is there's not always a lot of resources that we have in our community, especially when it comes to like shelters and where they can go to. So we have a list of a few shelters. There's a lot more for men or for women and children than there is for men, especially being in our sunny state of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the shelters only open when it's cold.
Yes.
And
that 4 days a year.
Yes, that 4 days a year. It's never cold enough sometimes for that. So providing them with just where they can go to get a meal, anything that we can help them with. There's great community partners out there and making sure that they know who those partners are, where they can go to different areas to get whether it's help for housing for the future or medications, doctor's appointments, but transportation, just everything that we can provide them is a little bit of help. And sometimes that little bit of help can make a big difference.
Yeah. And so you're staying up to date on all of the providers that are out there. What is lacking in our community right now? You said there's more resources for women with children. What is lacking? What do we need more of? Like, if you had this, it would help you do your job better, helping people who are homeless.
The biggest thing, honestly, would be if we could have a little bit more shelters.
Like emergency shelter?
Emergency shelters, someplace where they could sometimes just go and get a good night rest without worrying about what's going to happen to them while they're sleeping, who's going to come up to them. They have their belongings, their prized possessions, and they're afraid to take their eyes off of it, and just having that safety net and that security blanket, that we get when we have a house over, and a roof over our head, they just don't have. So sometimes, knowing that they can't stay there maybe every single night, but giving them a chance to be able to go somewhere to get a good night's rest, knowing where they can go and to get food in their belly, can
Basic needs.
basic needs.
Yeah.
Basic needs. We try for what we can. I know the case management department feels very strongly on trying to be able to provide whatever we can and help them. But there's not enough for as much as we have when it comes to how many people we have that are truly homeless, and we see a lot.
Yeah. And the circumstances. I mean, there's no one type of homeless person.
There is not.
Tell me some of the things, the people you have seen. And
I've actually seen, it's eye-opening to some, because you have ones that have fallen down on their luck and it's just had one bad thing after another, and they've lost their housing. They lost their job due to unforeseen circumstances, the business closing, and it just snowballed from there. And I actually have ones that have enough money, but they choose to live this lifestyle because they want control over their life, and this is how they feel that they can control it with not having money into the bank, and they keep it all into certain things. I've seen just all array of just different scenarios, and what we try to do is respect whatever decisions they make, provide them with whatever resources we can,
Yes.
so that they can make better choices if they would want to, and where they can go for that help. But if they choose this lifestyle, that is okay. That is their right. And we try to make sure that they have just somebody knowing that, in their corner.
right. So it sounds like fear of being controlled that might keep some people in that lifestyle. Where do you think mental health
Oh,
plays
we're
into that?
definitely struggling with mental health. That is another area of opportunity in the state of Florida in general, not just Brevard County. Where we have 2 Baker Act receiving facilities in Brevard County, which is
Tell
not
people
enough.
if they don't know what Baker acting is.
Baker Act receiving facility is a place where somebody is under an involuntary hold, which is a Florida statute when they're at risk of hurting themselves or maybe hurting others, and they need to get some psychiatric help. That would be where the physician or a police officer could Baker Act the patient, where they have to go to this facility for about 72 hours to get some help.
Okay.
But there's not a lot of it. 2 facilities for this size of a county is not enough, and that is not even outpatient help. And that's kind of where we try to look for what else is out there. And Brevard Health Alliance does have mental health. On not only besides the primary care, dental, and other things that they can provide. So, it's really just helping them get to a doctor, get the right medications to be able to help them heal overall.
So if somebody's in crisis, we have coastal psychiatric, right?
Yes.
That they could
Yep.
potentially call. And I mean, really, somebody in a mental health crisis doesn't have 30, 60, 90 days to wait for an appointment
Correct.
to get in. So we have that situation. So I'm hearing emergency shelter,
Yep.
more
Mental
mental
health.
health, absolutely. So New Life Mission, we actually, with the HealthFirst grant, we 2 years we received a HealthFirst grant that allowed us to bring in an on-site mental health counselor. We found that we've landed on a hybrid model of where we have a fantastic family resource coordinator who meets with every single mom and child who comes into the program and does an evaluation and then connects them with an outside counselor. So we've got about 12 providers that work with us, and it's taken us years to get this set up. But what that does is it shortens that gap. And I think mental health counselors out there, share your thoughts, because I imagine you feel the stress of trying to help so many people, and there's just not enough help out there. Yeah. Any final things you want to share with us from your perspective? Maybe if you could just solve the whole problem? That would be great.
I would love to. If I had my wand, I
Yep,
would wave
yep.
it.
Where is that magic wand anyway?
Um, my only final thoughts is, knowing that we work together as a community to be able to help and provide whatever we can. Neighbors helping neighbors. This is what we're all about. This is one of our biggest goals with HealthFirst is to make sure that, we provide for this county and do what we can to be a good partner.
Yeah. Well, I think you guys are doing a great job. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you very much for having
All
me.
right.